Hello, beautiful. Hello, my loves. Happy New Year. It's your girl, Neicy, and I'm back once again with Queen's Wisdom. This is your year of great manifestations. This is your year of blessings, abundance, peace, health, wealth, overflow. If this channel speaks to you, Queen's Wisdom, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Well, I hope your new year has started off in an amazing way. I really want us to focus today on a specific word because I believe that this word will help you really be able to step up to the plate in order for you to receive the blessings and the abundance and the overflow, in order for you to be able to see the reality of the vision that you have in your heart, in order for you to see the manifestations that you want to have in your life, in order for you to really even be able to know that it is possible, or believe, or even take a step of faith that it's possible. This word is really important, or these words I'm going to be talking about is really going to be correlated to focus on helping you to realize this. So the word that I really want us to focus on is getting to your worthy. Getting to your worthy. You must get to your worthy. In order for the blessings, the abundance, and the overflow to even be realized that it can be possible, and for it to be able to transpire, you must get to your worthy. Tyler Perry said this in one of the speeches that I heard him talk about. He's talked about getting to your worthy. And many times we may not feel that we are worthy because of different things that have transpired in our lives. We may not feel that we are worthy because of our different experiences. So today I really want to talk about being worthy, or getting to your worthy. And I'm not talking about the worthy that comes along with because you've accomplished and you have been able to achieve certain things, or you have a certain skill, or you have people that have given you accolades, or you went to school and you became this, you became that. I'm not talking about worthiness in that term. All of that is well said and good, but the worthiness that I'm talking about today is I want us to break down the word worthy in the lowest form. The word worthy that I'm talking about today is that you're going to get to your worthy, have a sense of being worthy, feeling worthy, because God created you. The word worthy actually means of value, worth. We're going to just take that word part. Worth means of significant value. It means importance. Worthy means significance. Having a profound value to it. And so the worthiness that I'm talking about today has nothing to do with your accomplishments or other people lifting you up or giving you accolades. Many times if we get our sense of feeling worthy or being worthy because of what other people are saying, because we are worthy because of social media followers that we have, or we feel that we're worthy based on whether I have someone significant in my life that loves me, our sense of validation is based on that, or them, or the social media, or that person, or whatever. But I'm not talking about that kind of worthiness. Because if we rest our validation or our sense of being worthy on accolades, or on how many people follow us on social media, or how popular that we are, that can all be taken away. But when you know that you are worthy because God made you, God don't make no junk. God created you of something importance and significance, and it has nothing to do with your past mistakes, the dysfunction that maybe you have lived in or through. It has nothing to do with what somebody else says about you or their opinion of you. The worthiness that I'm talking about is God made you, and it has nothing to do with nothing or no one else. It feels good when other people say good things about us, but I do not go by the opinions of what someone else says about me. I'm worthy because God made me. I'm worthy because God chose me. I'm worthy because He don't make no junk. I'm worthy because I know that His hand is on my life. I don't rest my feeling worthy based off of other people's opinions. People change like the wind. People can be fickle. People can be with you one minute and hate you the next minute. They're applauding you one minute and tearing you down and talking about you the next minute. So my validation, my sense of love for myself, it cannot be based off of man or people. God deemed me worthy. That means nobody can take it away. I'm worthy. That means even if I make mistakes, I'm still worthy. Sometimes people may feel that they're not worthy because they went to prison. It has nothing to do with your worth. God made you. I don't care if you went to prison. I don't care if you made the most terrible mistake. You could even be a murderer and you still have worth. Now, you may still have to suffer consequences because of what you did. You may still have to go through some heavy things because of what you did. You may have to make amends, but I'm not talking about that sense of worthiness. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm perfect, so therefore I'm worthy. I'm talking about even if you've made the most terrible mistakes and you've had a lot of failures along the way, that doesn't take away your sense of worthiness. My mistakes can't take away my worthiness. My failures can't take away my worthiness. That person leaving me that I thought would be there forever with me, him leaving me still couldn't take away my sense of being worthy, my value, my significance. Sometimes we get caught up into feeling worthy or significant or valuable because we have someone. And it's definitely a good feeling to have when you have that special someone, that special person, your boo, your someone that makes you feel so excited. It's a really good feeling. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, but I cannot go by that to get my sense of importance from, my value from. I can't go by that. I must know that I'm worthy just because. Being worthy, getting to your worthy will give you the ability to really step out and believe that you're so important that you can't just settle just for anything. When you're stuck in a state where you don't feel that you have nothing to give or to offer because maybe you've done some things that you're not proud of. Maybe you feel ashamed because you made some decisions that got you in a lot of hot water. Or because your life, it seems like that you've been really going through this really low valley state. But that doesn't mean that you're not worthy. You just haven't come to the realization how much of a valuable part that you are in this world. The thing about knowing that you're worthy gives you the utmost confidence. That's what I'm talking about. When you get to your worthy, you'll begin to have the utmost confidence. How can I get to my worthy? Well, every day I affirm myself. I speak life to myself. It's something about consistently practicing and developing, speaking life to yourself, affirming what God has for you. It is for you. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. So whatever the devil is trying to discourage me with, I overcome that. I counteract all of that bullcrap. I counteract and I go against all of that negative way of thinking or those negative experiences, and I say what I know that I am, I believe that I am. And even though I may not see it today, I believe that it is possible. It is for me because I'm constantly, consistently practicing habits of affirming myself and speaking life to myself so I can walk the path that I know that I'm meant to walk because I've been called and I've been chosen. I've been called and I've been chosen. And that sense of feeling worthy, the confidence that it allows you to be able to come into will help you to stand up against lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Will help you to be able to walk in authority and know what you're talking about with confidence because of that sense of worthiness. God's got me. If God got me, he's more than the whole world against me. If you've gone through a lot of struggles, and my speeches and my messages are not for everybody, I believe that I am meant to impact people's lives that have been through some extreme circumstances. You've been trampled down by life. You've went through a lot of struggles. You've made some mistakes. You've ended up into some places that you didn't think that you would ever get out of. You've went through extreme depression. You've really hit rock bottom at some times. You thought that you didn't even have a voice. You gave up at times in your life, or you're just going through the emotions sometimes. And so that is who I am meant to impact. And I believe that because I went through everything that I went through, that gives me the authority and the ability to be relatable to you. If I'm speaking to you and I'm connecting with you, I have the relatability because I've been through some really low moments myself. I've gone through a lot of struggles. You may feel that you're not worthy because you've been through so much. You may feel that you're not worthy because you've been beat down, you've been abused, you've been physically and emotionally just abused. You've been molested perhaps. You've lived in all kind of crazy, chaotic situations. You've had a whole lot of dysfunction. And today I am telling you that you are worthy. We're starting this new year. Happy New Year to you. But in order for you to really be able to come into your own, you got to know that you're worthy. You got to know that you've been called and you've been chosen for such a time as this. And it's time for you to step up to the plate. And the only way that you can have the ability to step up to the plate is to know that you're worthy. And how can I get to my worthiness? By practicing every day, affirming every day what God has for me. It is for me. And I have to protect my domain. I have to protect my space. I have to protect my emotions. I have to protect my mental state. Because when you know that you're worthy, you won't just settle for anything and anybody. You're worthy. You're worthy to walk in the path, the way that he has set for you. You're worthy. So I want you to affirm yourself every day. Practice that every day. I'm one of a kind. There's nobody else like me. Nobody has my fingerprint. Nobody else has my DNA. Nobody else can match me. Nobody can do what you can do the way that you can do it. Nobody can copycat you. And I often tell this story, that McDonald's was really the one, I guess, basically that started the big move. But Burger King came along, and Burger King didn't say, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to sell burgers because McDonald's sells burgers. No, they said, well, you know what? We're going to sell burgers, but we're going to do it in a different way. They put their own spin on it. And sometimes you may have something that you want to achieve in your life and you feel like, oh, somebody else is already doing that. Oh, somebody else already started that youth program. Oh, somebody else already wrote a book. But you have your own specific way that you are meant to bring something about. And everybody can't be touched by one particular person. Maybe you're that person that person is meant to be touched by. So you have to step out and believe I'm worthy. Nobody can do what I can do the way I can do it. I'm one of a kind. I'm important. I'm significant. You have to flow in that way of thinking, because if you don't, you will allow the voices of your past, the voices of the enemies. You will allow haters and naysayers to have power over what's yours. And it's right now, it's time to take authority back. It's time to take your power back from anything that you've given your power over to, from any circumstance, from any person, from any situation, from any family member, whatever it may be. It is time for you to take your power back and flow in your worthiness. It's not based on your merits. It's not based on how many accomplishments that you've been able to have. Because sometimes you may not have accomplished anything yet, but you got to know you're worthy so you can step out there and say, hey, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to go after it because I believe that there's something better for me. I'm willing to put myself out there because I believe that there's something greater, that I can level up, that I can really take some steps to achieve some great things in my life. But first I got to step out, and the way I'm going to step out is to realize that I am worthy. I am worthy. No, it's not about how many degrees that I have. I'm just worthy. And then I can go after my degree, but just me having a degree doesn't mean I'm worthy. I was already worthy. You were already worthy when God formed you in your mother's belly. You were already worthy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about the simplest form of worthiness. I'm not talking about accomplishments. I'm not talking about accolades. I'm not talking about how many Mercedes-Benz you have. I'm not talking about your possessions. I'm talking about you're worthy because God created you and deemed you worthy. Worthy. It's simply a belief that you must garner and practice and develop every day to be able to walk in the abundance and the calling that's on your life, to be able to walk in the blessings and the overflow that's over your life, to be able to call those things that were not as if they were already so. You first got to believe that you're worthy. You're worthy. But if you don't think that you're worthy, you don't even take your seat at the table. You won't even take your seat. You won't even realize that you have a seat at the table of overflow, at the table of blessings. You won't even expect it. You'll be just living an average life. And so I'm talking to people that really are capable and are called to live more than just average. People that really are called to live a first-class life. I'm not talking about just materialistic possessions. I'm talking about really living a first-class life where everything that you're meant to do in this world, the value, the significance that you're meant to bring, that it will happen. But first, you got to realize that you're worthy, that you're called, that you're significant, that you're important, despite your mistakes, despite what other people say. You're already worthy. If you don't realize that you're worthy, you're just going to accept crumbs from the table or whatever is thrown out to you, or whatever happens, you're going to just accept it. You're going to just go with the status quo. But when you know that you're worthy, you'll refuse to accept less than the best. I refuse to accept anything less than what my privileges are because I believe that I'm worthy. I believe that. I believe that. Me believing that I was worthy caused me to get out of crazy, toxic situations. Caused me to get out of a severely physically and emotionally abusive relationship. Caused me to get back up when I lived in depression. Caused me to say that I will not be defeated, even though I had made some mistakes and some decisions that I had chosen wasn't the best decisions. But I truly believe that everything works for my highest good. Even the good, ugly, bad. Even the mistakes. Even the letdowns, even the shameful times, it's working for my highest good because I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I refuse to accept less than because my God is a big God. And what is for me is possible. He deemed me worthy to have it. Michelle Obama, she said this in her first book. She talked about taking your seat at the table. Now, when you don't realize that you even have a seat at the table, you don't realize how worthy you are, you don't realize how significant you are, you'll just sit there and look at other people. Other people are being blessed. Other people are living a life that of purpose and accomplishments and whatever. But when you realize that you belong at the table and you're not going to just accept crumbs. And I don't want you to get hung up in other people are accomplishing different things as feeling what you're already feeling worthy. Okay. You're already feeling worthy, but just you feeling worthy and just staying there and not trying to get everything that you can out of life and not trying to move forward in life. That's not where that's not where you want to stay at. I'm talking about just being able to start. And it's not based on your merits or your accomplishment. You're just worthy because. And then you're worthy, that sense of being worthy causes you to do other things or causes you to want other things or causes you to be able to speak your truth. You're worthy. And so Michelle Obama talked about taking your seat at the table. Taking your seat at the table. She said, you got to take your seat at the table. The table that she was in fact talking about was a table of all of the different blessings for your life, the dreams, the experiences that you're meant to have, not just suffering. I know we are in this world and none of us can escape, going through some things in life, but I'm talking about the table of blessings and abundance and overflow and peace and being able to manifest some different things that you want to see happen. And so she said, you got to take your seat. You have a seat at that particular table of abundance and overflow, but you got to take your seat. Now, she said sometimes people will try to keep you from taking your seat by doing different things, by trying to discourage you, by looking down on you, by making you feel that you're not enough. But she said, don't allow no one to keep you from taking your seat at the table. It doesn't matter about the mistakes of your past. It doesn't matter about how popular you are on social media. It doesn't matter about the abuse that you lived through. You're worthy. You're worthy to be at the table. So take your seat at the table. In order for you to come into an agreement and in alignment with the blessings that God has for you, you must know that you're worthy. I don't need to be perfect in order to already be worthy. I don't need to be unblemished or don't have no skeletons in my closet, because all of us have something that we have been ashamed of in our past. That doesn't mean that you don't get things right. That don't mean that you don't make amends. But that has nothing to do with the worthy that I'm talking about. We work on ourselves. We get better. We make amends. We forgive ourselves. We forgive others. We do things the right way. But worthiness is based off of God created you and God don't make no junk. My validation cannot come from people or from things that I've accomplished. It comes from the fact that I was created. I want to stress the word worthy to people that have made a lot of mistakes, because sometimes you may not feel that you're worthy based on the mistakes of your past. You may not feel that you're worthy because you went to prison. You may not feel that you're worthy because you did some shameful things. So that's why your worthiness does not come from what you did. Once again, I'm not saying that you don't get yourself together. As I said before, I'm not saying that you don't make amends, but your worthiness has nothing to do with that. Because God can use some of the most terrible things and turn it around and make it work for the highest good. Even in your mistakes. That's why you're worthy. Despite your mistakes, you're worthy. Maybe you look like a failure. Maybe you felt ashamed. Maybe you felt outdone. Maybe you thought that you would never be able to get back up again from the situation that happened. But that still does not take away your worthiness. It doesn't take it away. In order for you to walk in the gift and the calling, you can't allow yourself to be in certain situations where your confidence is being stripped from you. You're being demeaned. You're being belittled. You're not emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, because you have allowed yourself to be in the company of people that do nothing but pull you down. And so that's why I always say, never stay where you're not valued. Never allow someone to treat you in a way that demeans you, makes you feel unconfident, makes you feel low, makes you feel timid. Because this will do nothing but tear you down. And you can't walk in what you're meant to walk in when you're torn down. I am very focused on maintaining confidence in myself. Because in order for me to speak the way I speak, in order for me to walk in authority, in order for me to even feel good, I have to have the utmost confidence in myself, because it's going to be things along the way that will try to discourage you, try to make you feel that you don't have any value, try to make you feel like whatever you're saying is not important. But when I have the utmost confidence in myself, I know what I'm saying is important. I know the way I live have helped a lot of people. And that's what my impact is about. And maybe I'm not helping everybody. My life is not about helping everybody. It's certain people that I am meant to impact, that I'm meant to help. And those are the people that I constantly make sure that I'm staying in the right state of mind so I can speak life to them, so I can be confident enough to walk in the abundance and the overflow so I can be a blessing to them. If I'm overflowed, I can flow into other people because I'm blessed like that. I'm blessed like that. When you're always trying to survive yourself, how can you really look out for somebody else? I mean, yeah, you could give by faith and all of that, but when you're totally blessed like that, you can overflow. When you have the utmost confidence, I can just overflow, and I don't care, because in my mind, I'm so like, whatever, you may look at me like you're crazy, or you may think that I'm crazy, or you may try to even say something. You know, we got haters and naysayers and all of those kind of things going on. And so that's why it's so dire for me to keep the utmost confidence in myself, so I can walk in boldness and authority and speak the truth that I know that God has given me to speak. Because I'm meant to speak it to somebody. So when you are worthy, you have the authority to speak. And in order for you to have the sense of being worthy, you can't put yourself in the presence of people that make you feel useless or invaluable. So that's another thing that you have to have the mindset of. I don't surround myself around people that I know have constantly showed me that they don't value me. They're toxic, they're poisonous, they've been sent by the demonic spirits of hell to try to entrap me, try to discourage me. And so I have to be wise enough to say, I can't hang around that kind of atmosphere, because I don't want that spirit attaching itself to me to make me feel that I'm useless, or that I don't matter, or that I don't have value. Many times people are sent, the spirit in them are sent to attack or attach itself to you to make you feel like you don't have anything of worth or significance. And so you have to be mindful of that energy, of that low vibration vibe, of that toxicness, of that poisonous. You have to protect yourself. Protect yourself. I'm too worthy to allow your spirit of Satan, of imps, of demonic setups to bring me down. I'm too worthy for that. I'm too worthy. I am too worthy for that. The mantle on my life calls for me to be confident and calls for me to walk in boldness and authority. So today, I really wanted to stress that word to you as we start off our new year. As we start off our new year, I want you to believe in yourself. Know that you have everything that you need to be able to walk in authority, speaking your truth. Remember, you are perfectly imperfect. God don't make no junk. He don't make no mistakes. You're worthy. You're significant. You're important. You're one of a kind. You're loved. You're lovable. You have great attributes. Your worthiness is not tied in to what others say about you, or how others look at you or feel about you or validate you. Your worthiness has nothing to do with your accomplishments or your possessions. Your worthiness is simply because God made you. And then that gives you the authority to walk in the path that you're meant to walk in. So happy New Year, peace, abundance, blessings, overflow in your life on this year, and forevermore keep on knowing that you're worthy.